It's finished West Ham United to Burnley to very, very disappointing result. Very, very disappointing performance. Full of wasted chances. A very, very forgetful first half, which is probably one of the worst I've ever seen in recent times following West Ham United. It's just not good enough. 1 point against Burnley, and you remember the Sheffield United performance as well. So points dropped in both these games. And these two performances and lack of wins against Sheffield United and Burnley, I can tell you 100% is going to hurt us in terms of European places at the end of the season, right? It's not good enough. It's not acceptable. You're at home. With respect to Burnley, they're fucking shit. And they've scored 2 goals at half-time away from home. It's unthinkable. Absolutely unthinkable, unforgivable. Everyone's at fault. The manager, as you know, I've had enough of David Moyes, and Calvin Phillips started, and it's one of the worst, well, should we say one half, second half, first half? It was the worst half of a performance from a player I've ever seen. I think he gave away the ball 5-6 times. I've never seen that before. There's something very, very serious wrong with Calvin Phillips, and it's nothing to do with fitness, even though that could be one of the issues. There's something mentally not right with the player. I mean, I was laughing and joking about David Moyes having a mental issue, the way he just doesn't see games, doesn't read games, starts with the wrong lineup, wrong tactics, and that Calvin Phillips is a mini Moyes. There's something wrong mentally with the boy, whether it's because of injuries, lack of confidence, career's coming to an end suddenly, it happens. He ain't going to get no contract at West Ham, and I can't see him starting another game, surely. It's just every time he started, he's more or less been pulled off. It was shocking, right? They scored, he pulled off, he actually gave him way. At least bring the guy down, who gives a shit? He gave him way. There was such a gap between central defence and centre-backs while Calvin Phillips was on the pitch. And that allowed for the first goal. Great, great finish from Fofana, I think. 1-0 down. Mavropanos, I don't know what was up with every single player in that first half. He must have put the ball out of play under pressure. Well, no pressure 6 times. What was it on? It was all 11 of them were just not at it. That's just something seriously confusing and wrong at the club. It's like when I told you, like, they don't want to play for the manager, perhaps. Why don't they just lose 1 or 2 games and he'll be sacked or close to? They don't. They have a first half like that and then they come back and they nearly win it. What is going on with the messages from the dressing room when they start games with tactics? And against Burnley, why don't you play Antonio up front? Why don't you play 1 or 2 people up front against Burnley at home? What are you so afraid of? It's Burnley. You bring Danny Ings on. It's too fucking late. It's too fucking late. You bring Antonio on. Judging by the result, it's too fucking late. You do it early. Ings would have got 4 goals in 20 minutes if he was given 20 minutes, right? And what do you get with Danny Ings? You get a striker's finish. Cool, calm, dinked it over the goalkeeper. I kept telling everyone that is what a striker does. That's what a striker's paid for. That's what they're special at. That's their fucking skill. And that's what you pay for. We could have played that game 180 minutes. We weren't going to score. Hardly, right? Bowen, Kudos, all of those guys, very wasteful, really, really frustrating. But you play 1 or 2 people up front. Antonio, his confidence is gone. He doesn't even want to shoot when the goal is there. His confidence totally gone. He's just going through the motions. I don't know how long he's got at West Ham. He's 33 now, right? But Danny Ings, in a game like this, have a bit of confidence about yourself, David Moyes, and go for it, right? We've lost points, crucial points, and for me, it's a second game tactically wrong. The lineup's been wrong. The tactics have been wrong. And all of the changes had to be made earlier than Freiburg, and they were made earlier. It's still not early enough for me. It's still not early enough for me. And where in the rule book does it say you have to wait till half time to bring players off when they're shocking as that? Atmosphere was shocking. Obviously, very dull day. Weather was fucking shit like what you saw on the pitch, right? And okay, the penalty again. That was a blatant penalty again, right? But I don't want to come down to talking about that too much. Why should we rely on a penalty to beat Burnley with respect, right? They hardly do anything. Let me see the table. I think Brighton have won. And they're kind of behind us by a point. So again, we just completely fucked up. We could have got a nice cushion over Brighton, closer to Man United. Burnley, 14 points. Sheffield United, 14 points. And they've got points from us. It's just not, it's very, very frustrating. And what do you do? I mean, lots of gaps in the crowd. They were frustrated. The biggest round of boos I've heard at half-time in ages. And yeah, Burnley were wasting time. They're getting yellow cards. What? They're desperate. They haven't got a talent. What else are you going to do? And again, okay, the offside was literally level and it should have been given. But I'm more frustrated about us, what we're doing. And VAR, it's going to go for you and it's not going to go for you. I don't want to talk about VAR in this show, right? I don't understand the VAR for a start. To me, it looked like it should have been given. Freiburg, perhaps not, but I've seen them given. So I ain't got a clue what's going on. I'm worried about us that we're so wasteful in front of goal when we get the chance. Constantly making the wrong decisions. Can't even get it on target when you're in the penalty area. At least get it on target, right? And then you got David Moyes. Never changes anything. Like, he could have started with two up front. It would have been brilliant to see that. And we started on the back foot at home. Burnley were much more sharper to everything than us. That led them to being 2-0 up. Why is this happening? And then Moyes is looking at his backroom team. There's no one there. You got Nolan with his hood over his head. He doesn't even want to talk to him. He's more worried about not getting wet. It's a complete shambles, right? And every fan out there must be so frustrated and angry. I can't see us doing anything against Freiburg, surely. I mean, I don't know. We're just so wasteful in front of goal. The manager doesn't help. He's picking the wrong players at the wrong times, bringing them off at the wrong times, bringing them on at the wrong times. There's no substitutions done properly that could really make an effect. And for me, whether you lose, whether you draw, it doesn't fucking really matter. To me, it's about 3 points or not, and we fucked it up. Simple as that, right? Really, really frustrating for me. Forget the man of the match or anything like that. Today, it's all about David Moyes with the wrong setup, with the wrong tactics, wrong lineup, and then taking too long to make the changes for me. Danny Ings should have started with Antonio up front or certainly come on earlier. That's obvious. This is a typical game against Burnley at home. You've got to go for it. Don't worry about playing 2-3 CDMs. You know, you've seen kind of Ward-Prowse and Souček. If they don't score or if they don't do any assists, there's not much more to their game, and that's not good enough at Premier League level in the business end of the season, right? And we are just losing, giving away points every fucking game, sliding down the table. Wolves doing great, catching up with us with a fraction of the budget we've got. Brighton are 1 or 2 points behind us, and it's not good. It's very frustrating, and don't forget that first half. That's probably the worst first half football I've ever seen at West Ham for a long time. And there's something I don't understand what's going on against the club. It's the players, it's the manager, it's a bit of everything. I don't understand it. If the players can come back and nearly win it in the second half, why do they start so many games the way they do? What's going on? Is the dressing room gone? Well, it isn't, because we nearly won it. Otherwise, we would have lost. That's confusing to me. I thought the dressing room should have gone a long time ago. So what the hell's going on? Are they too scared of Moyes? They can't tell him that, boss, you're starting wrong. The tactics are wrong, but we'll have to follow them. And then he shouts at them at half time to do something what he should have done from the beginning, which is try and score a goal. Why wake up after being 1-2-0 down? Why can't you start from the kickoff as though you want to really go for that first goal? You've got the ambition to do it. I don't understand why. Okay, you don't want to buy a striker, which, as you know, I don't want to bore you to death. I keep going on about. But then Antonio, who's kind of half a striker you got Danny Ings, one of the prolific, established strikers in the Premiership. At least give him a run. It's good for his mental, get a game. And this is the kind of game you should play him. Because the last time he played, I mean, he nearly got a hat-trick today, got 1 goal. And then, if you remember in January, he did really well, him and Benyun, and then Benyun's already obviously gone. Not Benyun, Ben Rama's gone, and then you never play Danny Ings again. It's just mind-boggling manager decisions. So I'm disappointed, very, very angry, and very confused about what's going on at a club. What are the players doing? What is the manager doing? Manager, I know, is a load of shit anyway. I don't understand the players, what they're doing either. It's kind of 1 minute they show a bit, 1 minute they don't. Either they're with Moisey or not. They're kind of half one leg in, one leg out. I ain't got a clue, mate. I ain't got a clue what we're going to do with Freiburg. We could possibly be 2-0 up in 10 minutes. I ain't got a clue. And then lose the next three, then win one again and draw one. There's no consistency. Like I said, 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, then 3 steps forward again, and then 4 steps back again. I ain't got a clue. I ain't got a clue what's going on, but I'm just thankful I didn't waste money watching that today in that weather and all the bloody train problems you get on a Sunday, really. So I didn't want to do a live show. I don't want to stress out. I don't want to waste my fucking Sunday on fucking West Ham under David Moyes. To be fair, I'm going to close off. I'm going to go watch 2 proper teams, Man City, Liverpool at it, really, and we'll catch up in the coming days, and that's it, mate. So subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for following. The last couple of videos have gone through the roof. We are racing towards 3,000 subs. Please share and subscribe. Like I said, try not to affect your Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday. Have a nice dinner with your mothers and that kind of thing, hopefully. But yeah, it's just another shit show. It's a circus. It's a West Ham circus that never ceases to amaze us, does it? And that first half will take a fucking lot of topping. Let me know. Anyway, I'm going to shoot off now. I've got my rum. I'm going to go out for a nice dinner with the boys. And that's it. You guys take care. Take care. Don't worry about the hammers. The fucking... Yeah, anyway. Take care.